Welcome, coaches, to a deep dive into a book all about NLP.
That's right. We'll be exploring The User's Manual for the Brain, Volley,
By Bob G. Bodenhamer and L. Michael Hall.
two leading voices in NLP.
You know what's really cool is they describe NLP as an attitude and a methodology that leaves behind a trail of techniques.
I love that.
It's not just about the tools.
Yeah.
It's about a whole way of thinking.
Absolutely.
So why is that way of thinking so powerful for coaches?
Well, NLP is all about modeling excellence.
Okay.
Figuring out what makes the best of the best tick.
Right.
And then replicating those strategies.
Okay.
And as coaches, that's what we do.
Yeah.
We help our clients achieve peak performance.
So we can use these NLP techniques to help our clients reach those next level results.
Absolutely.
I'm already seeing how this could be a game changer.
For example, the book dives deep into this concept called perceptual positions.
Okay, yeah, that really grabbed my attention.
I like having multiple lenses to view any situation.
Can you remind me about those lenses?
Sure, there are three main perceptual positions.
Okay.
The first position is all about seeing the world through your own eyes,
Right.
which is crucial for self-awareness as a coach.
Yeah, like, am I showing up fully for this client?
Exactly.
Am I bringing my best self to this session?
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Exactly. Then there's second position, which is all about empathy.
Okay.
You step into your client's shoes, see the world from their perspective.
This was a big AHA moment for me while reading the book.
It's powerful stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's third position,
Okay.
where you become the objective observer.
Right.
Almost like a fly on the wall.
You're getting a bird's eye view of the whole interaction without getting caught up in the emotions.
Precisely. And here's a key insight for coaches.
Okay.
Mastering all three perceptual positions allows you to coach with both empathy and objectivity,
Right.
avoiding common pitfalls like rescuer syndrome or emotional detachment.
Wow, that's a great way to put it. So we need to be able to dance between these different perspectives.
Exactly. Getting stuck in just one position can limit your effectiveness as a coach.
Okay.
For example, imagine a coach who's always in first position, hyper-focused on their own performance anxieties.
Right.
They might miss vital cues from the client.
Or constantly trying to rescue the client from their emotions in second position.
Yes, and always staying detached in third position might make you a brilliant strategist, but not necessarily a supportive coach.
Right.
The key is to use each position strategically.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
It's like we need to be versatile, adaptable,
Yes.
able to shift perspectives depending on what the client needs in that moment.
Exactly. And that's where NLP can really shine.
Okay.
It provides us with the tools and techniques to become more aware of our own perceptual positions and to consciously shift between them.
Now that's what I call leveling up our coaching game.
Right.
Okay. There was another part of the book that I found really fascinating.
Okay.
It was all about the power of metaphors in communication and change work.
Yes. The chapter on hypnosis, part 3, story, metaphor, analogy.
Yes.
The authors really dive deep into how metaphors can bypass the conscious mind
Right.
and speak directly to the subconscious.
Then they use this fancy word isomorphism
Yeah.
to describe how metaphors create a parallel structure, making complex ideas easier to grasp.
Right.
It's like the story becomes a mental shortcut to understanding a real-life situation.
Precisely. A well-crafted metaphor can help clients reframe their challenges and access solutions they might not have considered before.
Yeah.
For example, remember the boiler factory metaphor from the book?
Oh, yes. That was a brilliant example of how a coach can use a metaphor to guide a client towards powerful insights.
It's a great illustration of how metaphors can create aha moments for clients,
Yeah.
leading to breakthroughs and lasting change.
This reminded me of a time when I used a metaphor with a client who was struggling with work-life balance.
Okay.
I talked about juggling and how you need to constantly adjust your grip and focus to keep all the balls in the air. It really resonated with her, and it helped her to see her situation in a new light.
That's a great example.
Yeah.
It shows how metaphors can be tailored to each individual client and their specific challenges.
So it's not just about finding the right metaphor.
Right.
It's about delivering it with intention, with skill, and with a deep understanding of the client's needs.
Exactly. And that brings us to another fascinating concept from NLP.
Okay.
Submodalities, which are like the building blocks of our sensory experiences.
Okay. I remember this being a bit more technical.
Sure.
Can you break it down for me again?
Think of it like this.
Okay.
Submodalities are the fine-grained details of our sensory experiences.
Okay.
For example, the volume of a sound,
Uh-huh.
the brightness of an image, the pressure of a touch.
So it's like the difference between hearing a gentle, good job, versus a roaring, you did IT.
Exactly.
Same message, totally different impact because of the volume and intensity.
Exactly. And here's the incredible part. As coaches, we can help clients change these submodalities to shift unwanted emotional responses.
Wait, so if a client is terrified of public speaking,
Yeah.
we could actually work with them to say, dim the brightness of the imagined audience.
Yes.
Or lower the volume of their inner critic.
Precisely by understanding and shifting submodalities, we can help clients create powerful, positive changes in their emotional landscape.
That's incredible. I'm starting to see how these seemingly subtle distinctions can have a huge impact on our feelings and behaviors.
And the book outlines some really cool techniques for doing this.
Okay.
One that particularly stood out was the swish pattern.
Yes, the swish pattern.
Yeah.
It's like mental magic, using submodalities to replace negative thought patterns with desired states.
It's a powerful tool for rewiring those automatic, often unconscious responses that can sabotage our client's success.
This is blowing my mind.
I know, right?
I'm already seeing so many ways to apply these NLP principles in my coaching practice.
Me too, and we've only just scratched the surface. But even these few key takeaways can make a huge difference in how you approach your work as a coach.
Absolutely. This is so empowering.
Yeah.
And the best part is it's all backed by science and research.
That's right.
NLP isn't just some woo-woo feel-good stuff.
Right.
It's a powerful framework for understanding how our minds work and how we can create lasting change.
That's a great point. I find that clients are much more receptive to NLP techniques when they understand the science behind them.
Yes.
It adds a level of credibility and helps them to feel more confident in the process.
I couldn't agree more so. What's next on our NLP journey?
Well, the book also dives into NLP presuppositions,
Okay.
which are basically fundamental beliefs about how people work, how communication works, and how change happens.
Okay, I remember those. They're like the guiding principles of NLP, right?
Yes. Things like the map is not the territory, meaning our perceptions aren't necessarily reality.
Yeah, and another important presupposition is that people have all the resources they need to succeed.
Yes.
That's such an empowering belief to hold as a coach.
It reminds me of the saying, you are capable of amazing things.
Right.
It's about helping our clients tap into their own inner strength and wisdom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
NLP provides a framework for uncovering those hidden resources and empowering clients to create the lives they desire. This is incredible. I feel like I'm getting a whole new toolkit for coaching.
You are, and there are so many more gems waiting to be discovered.
Oh.
For example, the book also talks about the meta model,
Okay.
which is a set of linguistic patterns for uncovering the deeper meaning behind someone's words.
Okay, now this sounds really intriguing. I'm all ears.
Think of the meta model as a way to debug your client's language.
Okay.
It helps you identify deletions, distortions, and generalizations that might be limiting their thinking.
So it's like we're helping them to become more aware of their own thought patterns and how those patterns might be holding them back.
Precisely. For example, if a client says, I can't seem to get organized, you can use the meta model to ask questions like, can't in what way? What specifically prevents you?
Right. Those kinds of questions can really help to unpack the limiting generalization and reveal the specific obstacles that the client needs to address.
Exactly. It's about going beyond the surface level and getting to the heart of the matter.
Yeah.
And that's where real transformation begins.
I'm starting to see how powerful this can be. It's like we're giving our clients a new set of mental lenses to see the world through.
That's a great analogy. And the best part is these NLP techniques can be integrated into any coaching style or methodology.
I love that it's not about throwing out what we already know.
Right.
It's about adding new tools to our toolbox.
Exactly. And the book provides a wealth of practical examples and exercises to help you start applying these techniques in your own coaching practice.
I'm so excited to dive deeper into this. I'm already seeing how NLP can help me to become a more effective and impactful coach.
Me too. And I can't wait to share more of these incredible insights with you as we continue our exploration of the user's manual for the brain.
This is going to be amazing, coaches. I hope you're as excited as I am about the possibilities of NLP.
Me too.
It's like we've unlocked a secret vault of knowledge and tools to take our coaching to the next level.
Absolutely. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this fascinating world and discover even more powerful techniques to help you create lasting transformation for yourself and your clients.
I can't wait. We'll be back soon with more insights and strategies from the user's manual for the brain.
Sounds good.
Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep shining your light. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Before we get too far, I just have to say I'm loving how practical and applicable all of these NLP concepts are.
That's the beauty of NLP. It's not just theory.
Right.
It's all about real-world application.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, remember we touched upon NLP presuppositions earlier?
Yes, those fundamental beliefs that form the bedrock of NLP.
Right. One that's especially relevant for coaches is
Okay.
resistance indicates a lack of rapport.
Oh, absolutely. I've definitely experienced this in my own coaching.
Yeah.
When I hit a wall with a client,
It's usually a sign that I need to step back and rebuild the connection.
It's a reminder that coaching isn't about forcing change. It's about creating a partnership, a collaborative dance with the client.
and NLP gives us the tools to understand those subtle cues, to recognize when we need to adjust our approach to build that strong rapport.
Exactly. And when it comes to understanding our clients on a deeper level, NLP offers another powerful tool,
Okay.
the meta model.
Okay. We briefly mentioned the meta model before, but I'm ready to dive deeper.
Yeah.
Remind me, what's it all about?
Think of the meta model as a set of linguistic patterns
Okay.
that can help you decode your client's language.
Okay.
It's like having a secret decoder ring
Right.
that reveals the hidden meanings and limiting beliefs behind their words.
So it's about listening beyond the surface level, reading between the lines to uncover those unconscious patterns that might be holding them back.
Exactly. For instance, if a client says, I'm just not a confident person,
Right.
you can use the meta model to ask questions like, not confident in what specific situations?
Yeah.
What evidence supports that belief?
Right. Those kinds of questions can really help to challenge those sweeping generalizations and uncover the specific areas where the client feels less confident.
Right. And
Right.
by identifying those specific areas, you can then work with the client to develop strategies for building confidence in those contexts.
Yeah, it's like we're helping them to create a more nuanced and empowering self-image.
Precisely. And the meta model can also be incredibly useful for uncovering and reframing limiting beliefs.
Okay.
For example, if a client says, I'll never be successful because I'm too old,
Right.
you can help them to challenge that belief by asking questions like,
Yeah.
what evidence supports that? Are there examples of people who have achieved success later in life?
Those questions can really help to shift their perspective and open up new possibilities.
Exactly. And that's what NLP is all about, empowering people to see the world and themselves in new ways.
Now, the book also talks about this idea of state management,
Yes,
which I found super intriguing. Can you refresh my memory on that?
absolutely. State management is basically the ability to manage your own emotional state and to some extent influence the state of others.
Okay.
It's a vital skill for coaches.
Because our emotions can be contagious, right?
Exactly.
If we're feeling stressed or anxious,
Right.
it's going to impact the coaching session.
Precisely. We need to be able to show up with presence, confidence, and positive energy even when dealing with challenging clients or situations.
Right.
And that's where NLP techniques like anchoring come in.
Ah, yes. Anchoring. I remember this being a real game changer.
Yes.
It's where we link a desired emotional state to a specific trigger,
Uh-huh.
like a touch a word or even a mental image.
Exactly. So if you have a client who struggles with confidence,
Okay.
you could help them identify a time when they felt incredibly confident
Right.
and then anchor that feeling to a specific touch, say squeezing their thumb and forefinger together.
So that way, whenever they need a boost of confidence, they can simply fire that anchor and access that powerful state.
Exactly. It's like having a secret weapon for managing your emotions.
I've used anchoring myself to help me stay calm and focused during presentations.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing how effective it can be.
It's a testament to the power of our minds to influence our physiology and our emotional state.
Now I'm curious, does the book talk about any other techniques for state management?
It does. The book dives into a variety of techniques, but one that stands out is the circle of excellence.
Okay, I don't remember that one. Tell me more.
Imagine this. You create a mental circle on the floor.
Okay.
And within that circle, you imagine all the resources and qualities you need to feel your absolute best. Confidence, clarity, focus, whatever it might be.
Right.
You step into that circle and fully embody those states.
Okay.
You can even add music images or other sensory elements to enhance the experience.
Wow.
Then when you step out, you anchor that feeling to a specific trigger, just like with traditional anchoring.
Wow. That sounds incredibly powerful. I could see how that could be a really effective way to shift into a peak state on demand.
Right. It is, and the beauty of these NLP techniques is that they can be customized to fit each individual client and their unique needs.
So it's about finding what works best for each person and empowering them to take control of their own emotional experience.
Exactly. And speaking of taking control, the book also explores the concept of strategies,
Okay.
which are basically mental sequences we use to achieve specific outcomes.
Okay, I remember this from the book.
Yeah.
It's like everything we do, from making decisions to motivating ourselves, follows a specific mental process, a strategy.
Precisely. And the fascinating thing is that these strategies can be modeled, unpacked, and even redesigned.
So if a client has a decision-making strategy that always leads them to the same dead end, we can actually help them to identify the steps in that strategy, find the glitches, and install a new, more effective process.
Exactly. It's like upgrading their mental software for better results.
That's such a great analogy.
Yeah.
I'm already starting to see how these NLP concepts can be applied to so many different areas of coaching. It's like having a whole new set of tools for helping clients achieve their goals.
It is, and the best part is we're just getting started.
Right.
There are still so many more incredible insights to uncover as we continue our exploration of the user's manual for the brain.
Okay.
For example, have you heard of timelining?
Timelining. That rings a bell, but I need a refresher. What's the gist?
Timelining is a powerful technique that allows you to access your past, present, and future
Okay.
in a way that can create profound shifts.
Okay.
It's based on the idea that our brains organize our experiences along a metaphorical timeline.
So it's like having a mental map of our life's journey.
Yeah.
And with timelining, we can actually travel along that map, revisit key moments, and even change how those moments impact us today.
You got it.
Yeah.
Now imagine you have a client who's struggling with self-sabotage.
Okay.
Timelining could help them identify the root cause of that pattern.
Right.
Maybe a limiting decision they made in the past or a negative belief that's been holding them back. By revisiting those moments and reframing them,
Right.
they can break free from old patterns and create a new, more empowering future.
Hold on. I need a moment to process this. We can literally change the way our past affects us.
Yes.
That's powerful stuff.
It is. Timelining gives us the freedom to choose how our past shapes our present and our future.
Wow, coaches, if you're not taking notes, you're missing out.
Yeah,
This is pure gold.
I agree. Timelining is just one example of how NLP can help us unlock our full potential and create the lives we desire.
This is mind-blowing. And we're just scratching the surface of what NLP has to offer. Okay, ready for more?
Yeah.
What other gems are hidden in the user's manual for the brain? You know, as we've been unpacking these NLP concepts, I've been thinking about how this isn't just about helping our clients.
Right.
It's about our own growth as coaches, too.
Absolutely. NLP is a powerful tool for self-discovery and personal transformation. It's like we're learning a new language for understanding ourselves and the world around us.
I love that analogy. And as we become more fluent in that language,
Yeah.
we can show up more powerfully for our clients and create even deeper levels of impact.
Exactly. Remember, NLP is all about modeling excellence.
Right.
And that starts with modeling excellence in our own lives and coaching practices.
That's a great reminder. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the user's manual for the brain, what's one key takeaway you'd like to leave our listeners with?
I think the biggest takeaway is that NLP provides a framework for understanding the structure of human experience,
Okay.
our thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and how they all interact.
Yeah.
It's like having a blueprint for the mind.
And once we understand that blueprint, we can start to make conscious and deliberate changes to create the outcomes we desire.
Precisely, whether it's shifting our emotional state with anchoring, reframing limiting beliefs with the meta model, or creating a more compelling future with timelining, NLP gives us the tools to become architects of our own experience.
This has been such an incredible journey. I'm feeling so inspired and energized by all of these possibilities.
Me too. And remember, this is just the beginning.
Right.
There's so much more to explore in the world of NLP.
But even with these foundational principles, you can make a significant impact in your coaching practice and your life.
Absolutely, coaches.
Yeah.
I hope you're feeling as empowered as I am.
Yeah.
NLP is a gift, a powerful set of tools for creating lasting change and unlocking our full potential.
And to our listeners, as you go forward, I encourage you to keep experimenting, keep learning, and keep sharing this incredible knowledge with the world.
Right.
Let's continue to create ripples of positive change together.
That's a beautiful sentiment. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of NLP.
It was my pleasure.
We'll be back soon with another episode exploring a new topic and uncovering more insights to help you navigate your coaching career journey.
Awesome.
Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep shining your light.